Shots fired! Shots fired!
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Tonight's going to be pretty hilarious, actually. Kind of sad, but pretty hilarious. We're going to be talking about the Acorn event that happened here in Florida, right?
Yeah. Not Escambia County, but it was
Ocalusa.
Ocalusa County.
Yeah, Ocalusa County.
Right.
So go ahead and talk a little bit about it, Camille. See what you think.
So apparently there was an incident early in the morning where a deputy showed up. Lady had reported her vehicle stolen, and I guess family or friend, I think it was a friend, supposed friend, came back, and the officer, or she had called law enforcement, and the officer got there and was dealing with this guy and secured him, put him in detention, not quite under arrest yet, trying to figure it all out.
Right.
And cuffed him. I don't know if he cuffed him or not, but put him in the back of his patrol car, right? And he's doing his investigation, and he, I guess, is coming around to back into the car.
Well, it looked like he was kind of standing there, like writing a ticket or doing kind of just standing by the back of the car. Yeah.
Right. And from what I understand, from what I've read, is he was heading back to the car to pat the guy down, to do a better search of him.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you hear the officer, and the story makes sense because he had a set of gloves on. So apparently he, was about to do a search or just finished a search, because you always want to search with gloves on, because
if you can.
Yeah, if you can. Right. So I guess he's heading, and you can see in the body camera where he's passing the vehicle, and he hears what he believes is a gunshot, a muffled gunshot coming from inside the back of the patrol vehicle.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! I'm hit! What? I'm not! In the car! I was shot in the car! Oh! What do you mean?
Jesse, come back.
And he hits the ground, and he starts yelling, shots fired, and then he's out into the street, and then he lets loose with his service weapon.
Two magazines.
Was it two magazines?
Two magazines. Hold on. Then his backup shows up, gets out of the car, and he's screaming, shots fired, and she unloads an entire magazine.
Oh! Where? Right there? Jesse, are you okay? Get in the house! Get in the house! Jesse! Get back! Where is he?
Well, I mean, I don't blame her for doing that.
I don't blame her at all, but I'm getting to the point.
Right.
Three magazines, which is anywhere between, let's say, 24 and 45 to 46 rounds.
Yeah. So
depending on the gun.
Depending on gun, but most Glocks carry about 15 rounds each. So
I didn't know if it was a Glock 45 or
30-ish rounds. And oh my God, I couldn't imagine being the crime scene investigator on that.
Or the IA investigator.
Jeez.
Well, thank God no one was hit. So they're obviously pretty shitty shots or something, but
God put his hand over that guy in the back seat.
Yeah, no one was hit. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
That kind of made it a little better.
So this happened last November, and there's been an internal investigation. A few days ago, the body camera video was released, and a report was released. And come to find out, it was an acorn.
Yeah.
That fell from a tree.
Sound experts did it and replayed it, I guess, and replayed it, and matched it to the video.
Okay.
And figured out that the noise, it was an acorn hitting the top of the car.
And after that, they could see it in the body cam footage, hitting a car,
bouncing
off.
Watch again in slow motion as the Acorn falls on the roof of the car.
And
needless to say, he no longer works for the Ocalusa County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, he resigned.
He resigned.
And now
which he should have.
The other officer, she was exonerated because she was backing up her partner.
Right. And she should have been.
Absolutely.
I mean,
100%.
she you get to a scene and all, somebody's boom, 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 boom,
He's
boom.
firing at me.
I mean, I'd jump out of the car and I would start firing also.
Yeah, and I got thinking why this happened and what may have happened, and I immediately remember 2 instances that happened within the last year or so where
Acorn shots fired?
no, where individuals in the back of the patrol car still had a gun on them. There was an incident in Chicago where they arrest this guy and they're wrestling with him, and he's got, I've got a bad back and all this, and they're scuffling him, and they finally get him in the car, and when he gets to the PD and the guy opens the car, the guy had a gun on him, and he pulled it out and shot the officer in the neck. He survived.
Yeah.
But that was a huge issue.
Chicago police officers arrested 25-year-old Lavelle Jordan. He was apparently arrested in connection with a carjacking downtown. After patting Jordan down, police found he was carrying drugs in his pocket, but they did not see that he was carrying a small loaded pistol. Police then drove him to the 25th District station on the city's northwest side. When an officer went to open the door at the police station, that's when Jordan started shooting.
Yeah, that was scary. We had one.
Oh, yeah?
We had one. Yeah, one of our older officers had searched someone and they got in the car and all, and I guess they got all the way over to the jail, got him out of the car, and when he got out of the car, there was a handgun laying on the floor.
Damn.
I mean, thank God he was properly handcuffed and didn't, get out of the handcuffs and kill this officer, because I got to tell you, that Lexan, it's not bulletproof.
No,
it's spit proof and maybe bang proof, but it is not bulletproof.
It's not bulletproof.
Yeah, and that would have been, oh my God, I can't even imagine. That would have been extremely ugly. So
and another incident. Do you remember the case where the lady was in the back of the deputy vehicle, and I don't remember what state it was, but she was able to get the deputy's patrol rifle.
She was able to get her wrist free from the handcuffs, and the handcuffs were put on properly. She was able to reach up. On our consoles, there's several switches. One is a gun switch to unlock the gun lock, and she found it, unlocked the gun lock, and was able to retrieve a AR-15 rifle. And then she was able to figure out how to put a round in it, put it on fire, and she fired approximately 10 rounds at our deputies and a civilian.
Both the officer and civilian sustained non-life-threatening injuries and have been released from the hospital.
And start firing rounds from the back of the car.
Yes.
And so it's not out of the question that a suspect could be armed in the back of a patrol car.
Absolutely.
One of the most important things we got to do is we got to check that junk.
We really do. And it all boils down to proper searches, and just proper stuff. But I just... you had mentioned something earlier, and I guess your son had mentioned it.
Yeah,
was there a PTSD kind of thing going on here where he heard the Acorn and something triggered him to think it was shots fired? Listen, if that's an issue, maybe you didn't know it was an issue, but if that's an issue and something like that's going to freak you out, maybe you shouldn't be out there carrying a gun and wearing a badge.
Yeah, and sometimes we don't know how we're going to react to a certain incident.
Right. But an Acorn?
Acorn.
Dude, I have been standing there and had in a strong breeze, and had 10 of them come out, hit my car.
It's Florida.
Yeah, and I mean the big ones. And, I mean, it sounds like freaking hail or something, but I never mistakenly thought it was a shots fired.
And I think so many law enforcement officers, especially, and I don't know if this was a new guy or what, but a lot of law enforcement officers are are getting that fear and that everybody's out to kill them.
Right.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of incidences where police officers are killed, but it's not the vast majority of
Right,
all
I agree.
cases. So, all right, guys.
Well, hey guys, thanks for joining our first live stream since 2022. 22.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. I know we didn't have a lot of you watching, but that's okay. A few of you turned in. We really appreciate you tuning in and watching us blab. If you want to see us do more live stuff, put some comments in this show.
Yep.
It'll be, I was going to say it's going to air later, but it's airing right now and it's going to be on our channel. So put some comments in there if you want to hear it,
Yep.
or see us do more live stuff. We appreciate it. Hey, at Surviving the Badge, we still got your six. Salute.